Okay. So due to data limit sizes, I have to do this in a couple parts. So anyway, so we've got the eyes shadow done and blended. Next we're going to do this. It is Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder. But it's black. It's not actually a highlighter. Or at least not in any sense of the word that I can come up with. So once again, we are going to wet the brush. This is just going to help the powder stick to the brush, and then and then help it stick to the eyes. I'm going to do both upper and lower lid, and just along the lash line here. Getting it wet also helps prevent it from like poofing off and getting all over your face, which is nice. So something like that. I want a nice thick black line here. And I want it to come out into a wing, because nothing says drama like big exaggerated wings. And then do the lower lash line as well. And your waterline, if you can get it to take. Mine seems to be a makeup remover. Yeah, I like that. Now to try and mimic it. This is the part I had with the last one I did, the purple one that y'all haven't seen yet, was doing the eyeliner so it matched. I eventually had to just completely undo it and redo it, which sometimes you do, so it's good to have a makeup remover on hand with some form of cloth. Muslin works really well and it's nice and delicate on your skin. Or you can just keep going and make it super dramatic. Do like giant anime eyes or something. And now for the lower lash. And maybe some more on the upper. We'll see. I don't know if you can see that on there, but I totally lined my eyeball. Yeah, gotta make them even. Okay. Yeah, that doesn't look half bad. It's only like a quarter bad. Okay. And so that's basically it for eyeshadow-ish powdery stuff. The next thing we're gonna do is a liner. And because I like drama in my makeup, I'm gonna also do false lashes for my upper lashes, which means I'm using a magnetic liner, and the lashes I'm using are Allure London's Faux Mink Dramatic Lashes. And with this stuff, you want to make sure that you do multiple coats at least 3 coats. If you don't do 3 coats, your eyelashes aren't going to last. However, when you've done the 3 coats, oh my goodness, I guess I'm doing really thick liner today. But once you do your 3 coats, let it dry between each coat. You shouldn't have any issues with the liner sticking, or the eyelashes sticking rather. Oh, this is a disaster. It's not a disaster, it's salvageable. It's a learning experience. That message being don't blink. It's just like, ugh. Oh, okay, that looks pretty good. Oh, I made it worse. So, as previous stated, I am not in any way a professional makeup artist. I'm literally just learning this. But a lot of people seem to think I'm okay at this. As you can see, I make mistakes. Anything art-wise, people are going to make mistakes. And just learn how to cover them up. Let's see if I can do the left eye any better here. Oh, I didn't do my blink breaks. Always, always, always do blink breaks. And while I screwed up and made that super thick on the right eye, I'm also going to do this super thick on the left eye for the first coat. But the second and third coats, I'm just going to do right at the lash line. Because that's where I need the magnetic bit to be. And normally when I don't screw up, I'll do just the lash line with the magnetic liner, and then I'll finish it off with the with another liquid liner, so I'm not using all of the magnetic stuff at once. My favorite so far is the NYX liquid liner, their vinyl series. It goes on super smooth. It's got like a fine tip brush, sort of like this one does. I cannot stop blinking today. And it looks really nice when it's all dried. Okay, now that I've thoroughly buggered up both eyes, I'm gonna reapply this lower lash line here. Or upper lash line rather. It's just the lower bit of the eyeliner. We're gonna do that here. The stuff doesn't take super long to dry between coats. But once you've got that third coat on there, you want to hold off a bit before attaching the lashes. Otherwise they sort of stick and press into the liner, and when you remove them you end up with super gooey lashes, which it's easy enough to clean off, but I'm lazy. A lot of people are, I imagine. So besides, if you can be one thing, you should be efficient, and not having to spend 15 minutes on each lash cleaning it up, I feel is pretty efficient. Okay, and then one last coat on the left eye here. Bam. Okay. I know some of you are probably thinking, well, what about all of that stuff up top? Yeah, I'm gonna fix that. So while everything's sort of drying, right, I'm just gonna take my finger here and see if I can rub it off, which this is a really good liner as well. So I'm also gonna see if I just can't cover it. So I'm gonna get a super fine brush like this one, just a super flat fine brush. I'm gonna put that pink on, cover it up. And just make the pink a little bit more bold. I'm going to do the same thing over here, although it's mostly in the blue over here. But I think the pink could use some emboldening anyway. And then I'll go through and fix the blue as well. And I'm going to use a slightly bigger brush because there's a little bit more to fix, I think, on the blue. So this is not just a how-to, it's a how to fix it when you screw up. Which I feel is important, because if you're like me, you're going to screw up a lot. Which isn't bad. You can't learn if you don't make mistakes. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna re-up that pink too. There we go. It's more bold. Okay, and then we're gonna touch up the creme. Just sort of bring that over like you would a cat eye. Also, with this Ciate, just do be not necessarily careful, but aware that it is very glitterful. So if you are anti-craft herpes, which I typically am on principle, just be aware of that. You're gonna be seeing glitter for a while. There. Cool. So now that that's up, we're gonna get on to the rest of the face. The rest of the face, I always start with concealer. This one's got some red and orange in it, so it's good for the beard line here, which it's almost out. This is a Rimmel, I believe. Yep, called Wake Me Up. Oh. And then I've got a Master Conceal by Focal Studio that I'm going to use for any like redness on my face, so like right here on the bridge of my nose. And this one's pretty, just like bloop bloop, maybe. Start with the blooping, there we go. And then after this, I'm going to take that sponge that we wetted down previously. I have super red cheeks. I don't know why I did my forehead. That was unnecessary. So take your already wet sponge. The reason we wet it is because it's this sponge. So if it's already wet, it's not going to absorb your concealer. And here we go. Get my Jabba chin going here. It also seems, I don't know, I've had good luck with both sponges and brushes. But it seems to work really well. And as you can see, the concealer also took care of any specks of eyeshadow. Okay, so next we're going to do BB cream. My favorite BB cream is Physicians Formula. I ran out. My second favorite is NYX. It covers really well, and it's buildable. So if your face has a lot of things that you're not a fan of, you know, you can do it more than once. I usually just apply it straight to the sponge and go to town on the tappy. Again, just like Happy Gilmore. And then this also gives ample time for your eyeshadow or eyeliner to dry. So once that's dry, which should be about the time that we're done with the concealer here, and foundation, once that's dry, you can, typically I would absolutely use one of those, here, look, it's not flawless, but it is less flawed looking. So typically with attaching fake eyelashes, I would use one of those torture devices that you clamp on your eye. I seem to have misplaced mine. So we're going to do this without that, which might work. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the bottom lashes at least stand out. And this is a Marcel curling mascara. I really like the brush. So it's got that curvy bit. I didn't bend it. It came that way. It fits with your eye a little bit better. So you can really get in there and get a lot of lash with one sort of swipe. I'm also going to do the upper lashes because more drama, more better, at least when it comes to makeup, not really everything else. So, gosh, I can't even see my lashes. They're there somewhere. This is usually the part I also mess up by like blinking or twitching. Yeah, I can't see them in the camera either. And then just ending up with a bunch of black lines on my face. Just like, oh no, that didn't. Ow, there we go. Just like that. Probably jinxed myself on that. So we're going to cover that up with more pink as well. But my bottom lashes look fantastic. Not that you can tell because you're distracted by that horrific screw up. Back to that super fine brush. Pink, pink, pink. We'll just cover it, blend it. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's not fine. Luckily, that mascara comes off pretty easy. Ish. Yeah. Comes off pretty easy. Now you can just see the folds of my skin. That's normal. And then we're gonna touch up the upper eyes or upper eyelashes as well.